I know during this time of the year, everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of people engage in coming up with different resolutions. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. I think that that's okay to do. I agree with it. But I would encourage everybody to just understand the power and not announcing everything that you do. Yeah, if you're going to be, say, if your mission is to be able to become more educated, you ain't got to announce it. Just do it. If you're trying to lose weight, eat better. You don't have to announce it. Just do it. If you're trying to make yourself more eligible and you want to get a significant other, or whatever the case is, however that looks, you don't have to announce it, y'all. Just do it. See, we live in a day and age where at one point in time you could share a lot of information with a lot of your close people or whatever, and that would, be considered just a norm. But I think it is our tendency now, as we exist in this whole internet era, that we don't just go and tell a real close one a lot of times about the things that we hope and plan to do. Oftentimes it's just second nature just to go post it, to let everybody know what our plans are, what it is we want to do, what it is that we, what we're going to get rid of and all that kind of stuff. And what happens with that is sometimes we find ourselves getting in a real low space because we realize we done told everybody what we were going to do, and this is this and this is that, and then we're not able to fulfill it. And so we got kind of get into a space where we feel kind of down about ourselves. And I just encourage people, if that's something you can avoid, definitely do that. Whatever you're going to do this upcoming year, do it. Just do it. You don't have to announce it. Now, if you want to, of course, that's your privilege, it's your prerogative. You do whatever you want. But just know you don't have to. You can literally just go out there and do it. And the results speak for itself. You don't even have to advertise the results or give a preview of the results, potential results or whatnot. You just do it, and it's going to speak for itself. People are going to be like, man, you really? Yeah. If you know good and well what it is that you plan to do to improve your situation, whether it be professionally or whether it be personally, just go out there and do it. You don't have to wait on somebody's approval or anybody. You don't need validation to do it. Just go out there and do it. You're blessed to see a whole nother year. I pray that this is going to be your best one yet. Whatever goals that you have, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, do it. All you got to do is pray about it. Once you give it to God, He gonna hear it. And, if you're thinking about, I want other people to pray for me, those that love you dearly, they're going to pray for you anyway. They're going to pray for your well-being. They're going to pray for your growth, for your progress in whatever realm it is, professional or personal. They're praying for you anyway. So you don't have to announce everything. People just ideally, when it comes to their loved ones, we just want our people to just be well off, good health. Hopefully have good relationships, fruitful relationships where you're able to thrive and stuff like that. People are going to pray for you every day. What it is that you want and that you're going to need God's guidance and assistance with, just talk to Him. Just talk to Him. Have that intimacy with Him. Talk to Him about it, and He's going to answer it. He'll get it done, but you don't have to announce it to everybody, because what happens is when you announce what you're about to do to everybody, then, if something starts slowing up, people are going to have a whole lot of questions. And how many of us know that when things are going wrong, the last thing we oftentimes want is for people to ask questions? You know what I mean? So try to just be mindful of it. You don't have to speak on everything. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to accomplish something significant, hey, just do it. You don't have to announce it. Just do it. I heard it saying one time that said a tiger that wears a bell will always starve. A lion that roars before he eats always starves. You know what I mean? You got to just sometimes be quiet. Talk to God about it. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, He got you. You don't have to announce everything. Just do it. I learned that valuable lesson when I was going back to school. After I completed school, I was trying to prepare for a licensure exam. Now, bear in mind, when in order for me to take my licensure exam, I first had to pass a law and ethics test for the state of California, in which the first time I attempted to do it, my arrogance got the best of me, in which I thought, man, this is law and ethics. This stuff is common sense. I ain't got to study for it. Little did I know, whoops. Yeah, the lady handed me the results and said, you're going to need to try again. And, when it comes to, the state of California, whatever, every time you fail a test, the next one isn't free. You don't get a test on credit. No, you're going to have to pay a few $100s to be able to take that next one. So I told myself, I said, oh, no, this ain't no good. I need to really, really study. And so I did just that. I didn't tell anybody that I was taking the test or whatever, because I've always had that idea, like, man, I don't want that unnecessary pressure to have to fulfill somebody's expectations or whatever, or to have to answer a question on why I didn't pass it, because I probably wouldn't have really had a viable answer other than, I guess I didn't study enough, whatever the case is. So I ended up taking it a second time. I was fortunate enough to pass it. After that, anybody that knows being, a psychotherapist in the state of California, after you pass that, you want to make sure that you have adequate amount of hours. After you have adequate amount of hours, you submit for your licensure, okay? I remember that being a very, very big thing for myself at the time, and I'm like, man, I need all the prayer I can get, because this thing is no joke. I've been reading all the reviews on Facebook about, a lot of people that may not have passed, some people that did pass, people saying that the test was hard, people saying that the test was easy. You're hearing a bevy of different opinions on stuff, but it was all based off of individual experience. But I had thought to myself, I said, man, I'm gonna just tell a few people, keep me in your prayers. I'm getting ready to do this. And you know what? I didn't. And for whatever reason, I knew that my family, they pray for me anyway. You know what I mean? For my well-being, which is far more important than any, licensure exam or anything like that. And so because of that, I knew they were praying for me anyway. And so I just went on and said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, because if I get in there and stuff starts getting tough, I'm going to be thinking about, well, what if, oh man, I might let this person down, or I might let that person down, or they're going to be asking questions. Well, what happened? And sure enough, as I'm taking that exam, I think it was maybe 175 questions. The first 75 questions, I was feeling real confident. After number 75, from 75 all the way to 125, it got shaky. And somewhere along the line, as I'm trying to navigate all these, making sure I got the right answers, or trying to select the best answer that I thought was correct, I also began to have thoughts like, man, I'm glad I didn't tell nobody I was taking this test, because I don't know, it ain't looking too sweet right now. I may not pass this thing. And for whatever reason, I kind of got happy about that in a sense, because I was like, man, phew. So if I have to just do it again, just continue to do it, be ready to take it again. But little to, as, fate would have it, right around the answer, right around question 125, things just got incredibly easy. And I really felt confident. Fast forward, I turned my thing in. They ran it through the machine or whatever to see what my results are. Lady handed me the paper. It said that I passed. I was so very grateful. Now, keep in mind, after I passed it, I told everybody. You know what I mean? A lot of my loved ones or whatever said, "Look, I passed." It was something to celebrate. But I recognize, and if I had went all the way back over to do it again, I would still do it again, and not announcing when I'm in the process of doing things. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes just do it. You don't need to announce it. Announce the results, not the journey. Announce the results, not the journey. I truly believe in that. So that's just something I wanted to share with you all as we're getting ready to head into the new year, and you got different things that you're trying to do, things that you want to accomplish, goals that you want to be able to reach. And I'm praying that you can do all of those things, and just don't feel obligated, because it's a trendy thing right now to talk about, your this resolution or that resolution. You ain't got to do that. Just handle your business. Anyway, I pray you have a whole lot of success on your schedule. Try hard not to be late.